Hey, I'm reporting to you from somewhere 34,000 feet above something on the way to Florida, heading first to West Palm Beach, then on the way to Tampa. But this morning I was at the United States Supreme Court when Justice Kennedy announced the court's majority decision in this case, Salazar versus Buono. You know, we've been involved in this case for a number of years. It was a very important one concerning the display of a cross out in the middle of a patch of desert near Barstow, California. You knew that back a year ago or so, I traveled to that little lonely spot in the desert, saw that cross, and except that it's a very touching tribute to veterans of World War I, it's really remarkably humble, just two tubes of pipe that set in a little craggy rock, so unnoticeable, less than 8 feet tall. I didn't see it. I traveled up and down the road a couple of times. My driver had to point it out to me. And of course, a federal case has been made of it. It's been in the courts for almost 8 years. We've been involved for the last couple of years. But it was a very important question that had to be decided, and it was decided today 5-4 in favor of the continued display of the cross. We've got to be happy about that. It fell on some arcane legal arguments that I'm going to let our lawyers discuss with you. And there are several of them that have been working on this case, and they'll issue their commentary from a legal perspective. But as far as the essence of it, this was a 5-4 decision with Justice Kennedy writing for the majority, which is a little unusual. Generally, when the Chief Justice is in the majority, he writes the opinion. In this case, it was Justice Kennedy, which is significant in itself, because many believe that Justice Kennedy is the fulcrum of the court. And I want to find a particular quote from Justice Kennedy, with whom, of course, Chief Justice Roberts agreed. Justices Scalia, Thomas, and Alito joined with them. And then, of course, dissenting were the other justices. But in any case, this was the salient point for me. And I know it's not going to impress the lawyers because it had to do with other legal issues. But I thought this was so important, what Justice Kennedy said in his majority opinion. He said the goal of avoiding governmental endorsement of religion, that is, does not require eradication of all religious symbols in the public realm. So this does a little bit more than allow for this cross to remain in the desert. It says something about our use of important religious symbols. And we're going to explore more of that in future reports, but I wanted you to know about it. We're going to be doing further analysis of Salazar versus Buono. Watch for that. You're going to see some legal reporting coming out of it. Lots of other groups are doing the same. It was an important victory for which we are grateful to God and to you, because I know you invested a lot in this as well.